And for the people that don't know, all of our ancestors are not high vibrational. We have, our ancestors, and then we have our ancestors of our highest and greatest good, right? So when you're calling on your ancestors, you always want to call the ones that's of your highest and greatest good. And also, let me break it down a little bit even more, right? So if they didn't pass away from natural causes, don't just call on them right away. Don't be like, all right, so they passed away and I'm hurt and I want to grieve and I want to call on them. Especially if you have an altar or anything, do not call on them right away. Because not most of the time, in general, all the time, when someone, I would say majority of the time, when somebody passes away that was pum, or even car accident, or basically unalived, instead of not from natural causes, they automatically go into the low vibrational. Okay, even if they unalive themselves, that's also what I'm saying. They go into the low vibrational. They're not automatically high vibrational beings yet. You understand? They have to go through a process of, number one, I guess, it's a lot of stuff I don't know really exactly, but I know some of it when it comes to exactly the process. But I know a little bit where they have to, number one, realize that they're going. And sometimes that takes people a while. They don't even know. Because my brother was one of them. He didn't even know. So that's one. And then after that, I know you got to get through the process of guilt. Guilt, sadness, and frustration and hurt, whatever. Especially, again, because it's unexpected. A lot of times it was unexpected. You're like, damn, I ain't get to do this, I ain't get to do that. Or I did this and this is my choices led me to this. They get in their head. And they go through whatever they go through. So, don't automatically call on them, for guidance. Or don't automatically call on them for, put them on your altar. Because a lot of people just think, okay, I know that I was close with this person, let me just call them on here. But then, when I mean low vibrational, they might give you advice that's not really good. That makes sense? And they also don't see things. They also don't see things from a high vibration. They also don't see things that's, how I want to say, the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? They might give you advice that's more out of pain, out of guilt, out of sadness, that might not actually go with your highest good. It might not be in alignment with you. You understand? So I don't want to say you don't want to take advice, but I would just be like, And I'm not saying don't, speak to them at all. If they're not dangerous, per se. they're not dangerous per se. Most of the time they're not dangerous. I don't know. It depends. If they was dangerous back then, they might be dangerous. I don't know. But, per se, they're not dangerous. The thing is also, if you say, hey, come to my house, and you invite them in, and you invite them into your altar, you have a chance of inviting another low vibrational being to your altar. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's mixy. Even if you put protection up, it's kind of hard, because it's you're opening it up to low vibrational, and they sneaky. Low vibrational, I ain't gonna lie, that's where the demonic demons and them go. It's ghosts, but I think you can say ghosts is included in that. It don't be good. Okay, it don't be good. So I'd rather y'all not do it. But I'm not saying when my brother passed away, I didn't know this, but I also wasn't being shunning him away. No, that's my brother. So it was more, and also this is something you can do to help them if you want to. Get a candle, and you want to pray mind you, I just made a video about our words having power. So you don't even gotta do too much. Just do a little prayer, do a little just make sure your intentions is what I'm about to say, and you're fine. But have your intentions in your prayer is basically sending them elevation. You send them light so they can elevate. So they can elevate to a higher realm. So they can elevate to their higher vibration. If that makes sense. That's 1, 2, 3 easy. But the thing is, they also have to be willing to. again, they could be in so much hurt and so much pain and so much guilt that it's sad, to be honest. It's sad. It's sad. And sometimes it takes them a while. Sometimes it might take them, a few months, few years, but sometimes it takes them longer than that. And sometimes it just takes long. It is what it is. But I always want to just make sure and be careful, because a lot of people just think, hey, I'm going to call on my ancestors and tell them to help. Please don't call on all of them. Because then that's when people are like, oh, I call on my ancestors and I'm hearing bad advice. Or I'm hearing things that more of an egotistic, more out of pain, more out of hurt. Like they're saying to go hurt somebody. Or saying to go, that's why. Because you're not calling on your ancestors of your highest good. That's in alignment with you. That's going to help you elevate. That's going to help you be of your highest potential. That's going to be more of light. You're calling on ones that's... And sometimes, I don't want to say that's not okay, because I just don't do it for the most part. But like I said, I think I was doing it when I was younger. Of course, like, hey, bro, help me with certain things. But it got to the point where I remember a long time ago, I went to a reading, and the reading was like, my brother was like super protecting me, where he was like blocking me from stuff, because he was so like, oh my God. And my brother was protective when he was alive too, but he was like so protective that it was kind of interfering with my life. So I had to like speak to him. And I didn't know, they was like almost like he didn't even know he was gone, because we was doing so much celebrations for him. Every year we had like a celebration on his birthday. A big celebration, everybody come out. And she was like, girl, do you think he alive? He was confused on what's going on, but like it would start to be like that. So yeah, I always say, like, be careful when you just be careful. Just be careful. That's the message.